Hey folks, welcome back to the Lone Pine Tarot. For today's pick a card reading, we have a pretty open-ended topic, which you can see by the title down below, is a message meant for you. So this could be something related to career, relationships, family, spiritual growth, personal growth. We'll just see what pops up. I always kind of love doing these open-ended readings to see what comes through for you. Basically, what will come through is what is most important for you to hear at the time you're watching this video. So without further ado, let us pick our piles. Over here on the left for my pile number ones, I have number 26, Relax the Hold of Darkness and Be at Cause. In the middle for pile number twos, we have number 17, What is Already With You. And over here on the right for my pile number threes, we have number 22, She Feels, She Knows. So just to reiterate, pile ones, Relax the Hold of Darkness and Be at Cause. Pile number two is What is Already With You. And pile three is She Feels, She Knows. Whenever you are ready, when you've decided what pile you would like read for you today, as always, the timestamps are down in the description box below and the top pinned comment underneath the video. Click on the timestamp for your reading in those sections, and I will see you in our discussion about a message meant for you. Bye. Hello, my lovely pile number ones. Welcome today to your pick a card reading on the topic of a message meant for you. As you recall, your pile leader you chose to pick your pile today was number 26, Relax the Hold of Darkness and Be at Cause. We have a figure here who is leaning down on a stump and looks like kind of a spiral of light. Very magical looking scene. So as always, we'll set our pile leaders over here to the left next to the pine cone. And we have oracle cards today, which I'll show you in just a moment. And then I want to, as always, draw the tarot cards on screen. So, Spirit, for my lovely pile number ones, could you give me 5 different tarot cards explaining about what the message they're meant to hear is, please, for their highest best good? Thank you. Okay, there's, well, 2, looks like. So we already received, let's see, that is the 9 of Swords reversed, 9 of Cups reversed, lots of 9s, okay. And then let's pick the last 3 here in a moment. Number 3. Number 4. And let's see here. Number 5. Oh, that one wants to stay with the other cards. There we go. So, let's review your cards, even though, well, spoiler alert, you already saw 2 of them. First up, we'll look at your oracle cards. So, from the Botanical Inspirations deck, you received asters are your flowers today. Elegance and patience. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. That was by Lao Tzu. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Patience and elegance. Beautiful. I'll set that one up here next to the candle. For the Woodland Wardens Oracle today, you received the Finch and Peach, subtitle Romance. Okay. Set that one up here. Then from Nature's Whispers today, you received Gratitude and Appreciation, number 46. Gratitude and Appreciation. And last but not least, from the Lantern Oracle today, you received Radical Curiosity, number 2. Interesting. Of course, we'll talk about in a moment what those all mean in conjunction with your tarot cards, which we'll reveal now. So first up from Tarot, you received the Page of Wands reversed, needing or being encouraged to more action in terms of creativity, our passions, willpower, confidence, and charisma. Even sometimes the wands can mean as the fire suit. Number 2, we have 10 of Pentacles, or Wheels as it's known in this deck. 10 of Pentacles is the culmination of the material world. It can mean legacy, inheritance from family. Can mean passing down things materially. Number 3, we have the 7 of Wands, beating back the forces against us, like this almost kind of looks like a shepherd beating back wolves here. And then, of course, the 2 we already saw, you have the 9 of Cups reversed. Not being quite satisfied with something is usually how I read the 9 of Cups reversed. I'm actually going to shift that up forward. And then last but not least, we have the Nine of Swords reversed, overcoming anxiety, overcoming the mental anguishes that surround us. So pile number 1, as always, I'm going to take my little pause right here to take a drink, look over your cards, and put together a cohesive message for you based on what has come out. So apologies for one moment of silence. Well, I can tell you right off the bat, pile number 1s, there is an overarching element here of being asked to consider taking more risks in your life right now. And the reason I say that is because not only do you have radical curiosity over here from the Lantern Oracle, like it says, seeing as if for the first time every time. It's almost kind of a youthful curiosity, hence why the figure in that particular card is a young girl, it looks like. That youthful innocence, that youthful exuberance for exploring things. You know, like when you are around children and they're just so excited about the world and they're so eager to explore things. That's that kind of curiosity it's talking about. Looking at the world through the lens of how a child would, in terms of maybe not considering the risks of things, being more excited for things, being more optimistic would be a fantastic synonym for that, right? And 2, you got your pile leader that you chose was relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. That particular card is a lot about don't worry so much about the shadows of the unknowns. Don't worry so much about what you don't know. Go for the thing that you're looking for. Okay, so there's a lot of forward momentum type energy in this reading about there's something you're curious about. There's something that you're being encouraged to leap into, even if you don't have all the details yet. And be curious. Go forward with that radical optimism, that radical curiosity, like your Lantern Oracle says here. I feel like it's something you've been waiting for a while, pile number 1s, and maybe there's been a little bit of an element of procrastination, not so much out of like laziness, but it's just that you've been patient because you've been thinking, well, you know, maybe I should wait before I take a big risk. Maybe I should wait before I go forward with this thing, especially because you might be the type of person who is very into planning out every single little last detail of something before you're comfortable moving forward. But what I'm being told here from the cards that have come out is take advantage of the opportunity you have now, wherever that might be in your particular area of your life that we're talking about. Everyone's going to be a little bit different as a general reading, right? But take advantage of that opportunity. Go forward with optimism like a child would, leaping into a new adventure, right? You know, don't worry about the unknowns. Just go forward with the details you have right now, because it seems like right now is a very fruitful time to go forward. You've been patient enough, especially with your asters. It talks about, you know, elegance and patience. Okay, you've been patient enough, pile number 1s. Just go for it too. And even with your Finch and Peach right here, it says romance. So that, I mean, that technically could mean that this is like related to a romantic relationship. In which case, if you've been on the precipice of trying to figure out, well, do I go forward with this relationship? Is this really something I want to seriously pursue? You know, do I want to ask that person out, or they ask me out? Should I say yes? Things like that. This is a pretty big flashing neon sign. Go ahead to go forward with it, right? Pile number 1s. But it could also mean romance in terms of the way of viewing the world going forward with this particular idea that you've been kind of hemming and hawing on. Especially too because, yeah, not only did you get a child in radical curiosity, you also got a childlike figure in your gratitude and acceptance, or excuse me, gratitude and appreciation card. So there's a lot of emphasis of going forward like a child would in terms of you don't need all the details, just go with it, okay? Just go on a hunch, go on. Don't worry about the risks right now. Go forward because now is the time to not worry about, you know, think of it with a romantic type of view here with the Finch and Peach, like romance. Think about it romantically in terms of, you know, the exhilaration of stepping into something new that's a little bit, it's exciting because maybe you don't have all the details figured out. It'll bring some more excitement to your life. It'll bring some more energy and vibrance, that type of thing. It's kind of what I'm feeling from this reading for you, pile number 1s. And then looking at the other details here, especially with gratitude and appreciation. That's an interesting card. I'll get back to that in just one second. I'm going to read your tarot cards here too. So Yeah, definitely with the Page of Wands reverse, that's asking for more exploration, because the pages are like apprentices, right? They're the type of figure that to embody the idea of, okay, I'm learning a new path, I'm exploring new things. Really, honestly, if I were to make a tarot deck ever, I would call the pages the explorers, right? They're exploring their suit, and the wands are fire. Okay, reversed, it's asking for more of that energy. And fire in tarot is, like when I said when I pulled it out, creativity, passion, excitement, charisma, confidence in things. So they're telling you to go forward with this. In the past, you might have had lacking some confidence. That might have been part of the procrastination with this, is you just didn't feel really confident with it. But there's something here about they're encouraging you more to lean into that confidence, be more confident about this. Don't worry so much about the risks, pile number ones. I think you're plenty careful enough, especially kind of like I was saying, I feel like you're an organized type of person. Like, you're the exact kind of person who's really good at taking risks because you know how to plan and plot for things, right? But another aspect of this is I feel like, especially with the Ten of Pentacles being right next to the Page of Wands reversed, you have a trait that I feel like, because that's the inheritance card, you have a trait that's like passed down from your family, or either that or it's something to do, this venture is related to something passed down to you from family. So it could be literally like you did get an inheritance recently, and so you've been kind of wondering what to do with it, and this is your big idea, but you're like, I don't know if I should go through with it. Or it could be this is an actual trait inherited down to you that makes you the type of person that would do really well with taking this particular risk of this dream that you've been having, right? And two, with the Seven of Wands in the middle here, the Seven of Wands, like I said, is the card of beating back forces against you. You have everything you need to weather any troubled times that might come through with this particular new idea or passion project, pile number ones. You have the strength that you need, okay? You're going to be able to fight back anything that comes against you, and even then, I'm not really even seeing anything bad coming here from these particular cards, right? And the reason why they're encouraging you towards this is because with the Nine of Cups reversed, that's the card of like feeling not quite emotionally satisfied with something. I mean, because upright, you look at the guy here. He's having a grand old time, right? He's having lots of drinks. He's having lots of kush. He's having lots of, maybe he just dined, right? He's having a really emotionally satisfying, happy time. He's kind of smug even. Sometimes I call the Nine of Cups the smug card. But reversed, it's like, I'm not quite happy. I don't have the emotional riches that I need where I am right now. And so reversed, it's asking for more of that energy. Follow what would make you emotionally satisfied, pile number ones in this. And I think that could be some of the energy that really drives you forward into taking this risk, because you know that at the end of that road, should you succeed, and I'm seeing a pretty good forecast here, right? Should you succeed, it'll emotionally satisfy you, okay? It's something that would be like a dream come true. It's kind of, sometimes the Nine of Cups is also called the wishes card, right? And then two, with the Nine of Swords reversed, this particular reversal is about overcoming anxiety, overcoming anguish, okay? I think you are a little bit too anxious about this, and it's totally understandable, pile number ones, and, me and Spirit aren't, shaking a finger at you being like, well, how dare you be anxious, because everybody, I don't care who you are, always has at least one little niggling doubt before they take something, a new adventure, or it's a little bit of a risk, right? Everybody has anxiety, so it's not, how dare you, it's just a very normal human thing, because as humans, we like to minimize risks because we think a lot about, well, what's our material security, right? Our security at home, with finances, with relationships, family, those type of things, but you're being encouraged to let go of those anxious thoughts. You're being encouraged to follow your wishes with the Nine of Cups reversed here. And once again, like I said earlier, I'll just reiterate, really lean into that childlike energy of optimism for the future, of adventure, viewing it with almost kind of a romantic lens of, I'm going on this new venture. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to bring me a lot of happiness. I'm going to be able to express my passions more. I'm going to beat back the forces of darkness, quote unquote, which, that's a little dramatic, but, think of it almost like a romantic hero story, right? Even like with your pilator, relax the hold of darkness, right? No matter when or where you take this path, every single path is going to have unknowns, even as much as you plan for it, pile number ones. There's going to be unknowns and random obstacles in your path, no matter if you plan a lot, no matter if you don't. But like I said, I think you're being really heavily encouraged to not think about the darkness so much, not think about the potential risks, not think about, well, what could go wrong, and think about instead switching that around and saying, well, what could go right? Like how a child does, right? You know, a child, like for example, when a child is at a playground, they don't look at the playground and go, well, that slide might be really hot because it's a hot summer day and it's metal and it's, you know, or they don't think, oh, well, what if that monkey bar breaks? You know, the kid just thinks, oh, what a grand old time. I'm going to have fun today, right? That type of viewpoint. And that can help shut off more of the adult mind of pessimism and really spur you into taking advantage of the opportunity you have now. Overcoming that fear through the ability of a childlike optimism to fuel you forward and have hope in this path for you, okay, pile number ones. I also, every reading today, I want to ask like a second question related to your reading here. I'm going to take a drink and then I'm going to see what question I want to ask with tarot here. 1 second. I want to ask advice other than the optimism on this path for you, because I want to set you up for the most success. I'm going to ask that. Spirit, for my lovely pile number ones, could you give me 3 cards explaining more advice on how to go forward with this particular venture? This particular wish? More advice. 3 cards, thank you, please. Okay, let's see, right there. Number 2 and number 3, advice. I want to set you up for the most success, right, pile number ones? So card number 1, we got Judgment reversed, okay? Being reversed is asking for more willingness to move on to the next phase of life, to a higher plane, metaphorically speaking, right? Don't you just love that Judgment card? It's so pretty. I mean, this whole deck is gorgeous, but yeah. Okay. Next up, we have the 7 of Cups, choices and dreams. And last but not least, we have the Knight of Cups reversed. Okay, so that's even more of that romantic aspect here. It could actually be that this is a relationship for you, pile number ones, that you're kind of hemming and hawing on. Because the Knight of Cups can mean a romantic figure sometimes. Reverse, though, the Knights usually are about action, and Cups are emotions. So taking action on our feelings, right? That's what the Knight of Cups means. So in terms of advice, pile number ones, other than the be radically optimistic and curious like a child, right? Be grateful of the opportunity you have. That stuff, right? We already talked about that. Don't worry about the risks. Other pieces of advice for you on this path, though, pile ones, is there's something about this particular goal or venture that is important to your personal growth here in terms of bringing you to the next level, okay? That's what Judgment reversed means. Being reversed, it's like asking for more orientation towards that willingness to grow in new areas. Specifically, Judgment, oftentimes I see it as like a spiritual card, because Judgment literally is like, you know, you think of Judgment Day, right? Spirits rising to heaven. Literally, that's what the original depiction of Judgment means in the original Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, right? But in general, I mean, it could be spiritual. It could also just be a general, like, level up for you as a person going on this path, pile number ones, you know, be it you pursuing education, pursuing a relationship that you haven't embarked on yet, traveling where you haven't embarked yet, but you've always dreamed to, that type of thing. And another piece of advice here with the 7 of Cups in the middle is part of your hesitation, I feel like, might be because you fear, if I go this one path, Well, will that cut me off from my other choices? Because that's what the Seven of Cups is all about. It's about choices. We have a young man here in front of a bunch of different cups, and he's like, well, what the heck do I choose? And, like the traditional depiction of the Seven of Cups has, sometimes it has riches in one of the cups. Sometimes it has love in one of the cups. Sometimes it has, a bunch of different things that you can pursue, right? Dreams that we typically have as humans, the things that we want. And I think that's what's stemming some of your hesitation here, pile number ones, is you're like, well, if I do this one thing, I'll have to give up other dreams. And what I'm seeing, though, is I don't think that's the case, pile number ones. Yes, there might need to be a little bit of shifting around, because, let's say you decide to travel, and that might put back a little bit of your career because you're spending time traveling instead of working on a particular career. Or, maybe you do something that's not along the lines of your main career. And so you're thinking, well, maybe I'll have to just put growth in that area on the back burner. But it's so good for you as a person in terms of your personal growth and your spiritual growth with Judgment reversed that it's good to sample life in different ways. It's good to try different things. It's very good for us as people, for our emotional development, our spiritual development, for our mental health too. Just not always putting our eggs in one basket, right? So that's another piece of advice for you on this path, pile number ones, is don't be afraid to take different paths. Don't be afraid to make different choices. Don't be afraid to dabble a little bit in everything, okay? You don't have to stay on one exact path. And even if it doesn't work out, which, I'm getting good vibes that it will work out, but even if it doesn't work out, pile number ones, there's nothing saying that you can't go back to that original path. It's not like an ultimate sacrifice, okay? You can always go back. You can always try different things. And in fact, I think a lot of times, going on a different path for a while either makes us realize that the first path was the best for us, or it brings us to a completely, entirely different path that's even better than what we had before. So it's good to sample. It's good to dabble, right? Same too with the Knight of Cups reversed. Like I said, sometimes that means like a romantic figure, okay? Like you had romance with the Finch and the Peach earlier as one of your oracle cards. Viewing life, especially reversed, it's asking for more of that energy. Viewing life a little bit more romantically, believing more in the optimism or the dreamlike quality of life, okay? Kind of more like a child would in a positive way, right? Letting go of the adult pessimism of, well, that's not going to work out, crap, Be more positive, be more optimistic with this pile number two. I was going to say pile number two. It's pile number ones, okay? And two, with the Knight of Cups reversed, it's also asking for more action on our emotions. Take more action on your dreams. Take more action on your feelings, okay? Especially when you're going through this. If you do come up against any risks or any little bumps or obstacles in the way on this new path, following your heart and your emotion as your intuition is going to be your best bet, okay? Because your emotions are guideposts. I always say this in my readings, right? And they'll help guide you the way that you're supposed to go with this particular path, okay? Let me look over your cards and make sure there aren't any other messages here before I sign off with you, pile ones. Yeah, I just see a lot of mental anguish about this with that Nine of Swords reversed earlier. And it's like they're just saying, like, don't worry, just go. It's kind of what I'm hearing, is like, don't worry, just go. You've already been patient enough. I feel like you've already put this dream off enough, pile number ones, is another thing that they're saying for you. Just go. Be grateful for where you've been. Be grateful for where you are right now. Be grateful for how far you've come. And even too with gratitude and appreciation earlier here from the Nature's Whispers Oracle, I think part of this is a reward based on the things that you've already gone through with the path that you're on, that you're switching away from. It's gratitude and appreciation for where you've already been. Does that kind of make sense, pile number ones, right? Like it's a reward for the struggles you've already been through with the path that you were on before you switch paths to this, obviously, based on the cards, it seems like a lot more emotionally dream-aligned path, right? Yeah, so just take the leap, pile number ones, is what they're telling you. So if you've been looking for a sign recently, pile ones, about, should I go with this relationship, or should I go with this career change? Should I go with this idea that I have? This is a big flashing neon sign that says yes. Yeah, like you're being told, it's like, I almost see like birds kicking out, their babies out of the nest. Like, come on, go on and fly. Like, now is the time. It's a perfect time for it whenever you, my readings are always timeless, but whenever you view this video, it reaches you when it's meant to, right? Yeah, just remember that radical curiosity. Remember to view this like a child would in terms of your excitement and your optimism, and I think you'll be carried on just fine, pile number ones. All right, well, I will leave you with that today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, pile number ones. Thank you for viewing my reading. I wish you a wonderful, did I already say wonderful rest of your day? I might have, oh my god. I always forget the script at the end here. Anyways, have a great rest of your day. Thank you for viewing my video, and I hope to see you in the next reading, pile number ones. All right, bye. Hello there, my lovely pile number twos. Welcome to your pick a card reading today on the topic of a message meant for you. As you recall, your pile leader you chose today was number 17, What is Already With You. We have two hands releasing a bunch of, looks like butterflies. What is already with you? So as always, we'll set our pile leader over here next to the pine cone. I already drew your oracle cards, and then I would like to draw your tarot cards on screen as is my custom. So, Spirit, for my lovely pile number twos, could you give me 5 tarot cards explaining more about the message they're meant to hear? Thank you. 5 cards for their highest best. Good. There we go. Let's pick our cards. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. That one's kind of wants to stick. Number 4, and then let's see. Right there, number 5. Okay, let's reveal your cards, pile twos. We'll first work with the oracle cards. So, from your Botanical Inspirations deck today, you received the Sacred Lotus, beautiful, enlightenment. And the quote says, "No mud, no lotus," from Thich Nhat Hanh, I believe is how you pronounce it. No mud, no lotus. We go through struggles before we bloom, right? That's the meaning of the lotus traditionally. From your Woodland Wardens oracle, you received, okay, another water lily lotus type thing. We have the frog and the lotus. So you got the lotus twice today, pile number 2. Metamorphosis. We think of, especially frogs being through different stages of life. They go from a tadpole into a frog, right? Very cute. A lot of lotuses today. Might be a bit of a synchronicity there, pile number 2s. Then from the Nature's Whispers oracle, you received intuition, number 36, it looks like. Any lotuses on here? You never know. Actually, that kind of looks like a lotus right there. Bunch of different flowers, though, too. Looks like mums up here, a marigold. A lot of butterflies as well, like your pile leader. A lot of different animals. Intuition. Knowing what we know deep down. And then from the Lantern oracle today, you received number 12, creative power. Release your alchemical energy into the world. Creative power. Interesting. And then let's reveal your tarot cards. First up, we have the 3 of Cups, social situations, social groups, community. The 4 of Swords reversed is coming out of a time of rest into action, into forward momentum. Rising from rest, okay. 4 of Wands, celebration, okay. Sometimes can mean a happy home, happiness within the home. Can also mean marriage once in a while, too. Very cute. Number 4, we have the 8 of Pentacles, being hard at work, like a blacksmith forging his materials. Hammering away with the hammer and the nail. And last but not least, we have Justice reversed, which is kind of what it says on the tin. Something being a little unjust. Beautiful. Look at all these lotuses. Gorgeous cards today. So as always, I'm just going to take a little bit of a break here, pile number 2s. Apologies for the silence, to take a drink and to cohesively put together your message before I, speak. Okay, yours popped out really pretty fast here, pile number 2s. There is a message here for you about something that you feel you lack inside. And what I'm going to tell you, spoiler alert, that thing that you feel like you lack, you don't. Okay? Specifically because you received so many cards based on the lotus, right? You have Sacred Lotus and you have the Lotus and the Frog Metamorphosis, right? And no mud, no lotus. The meaning of the lotus is about change. The meaning of the lotus is also about coming through times of darkness, through times of mud, like no mud, no lotus, right? To get to a better place to bloom. Okay, we go through hardships and then we bloom. That's just how life works as humans, right? We learn lessons, we become better people. And because there's such an emphasis here on change and metamorphosis, I feel like you've been really focused on that in your life recently. And when we heavily focus on things, oftentimes it can be for good reasons too, don't get me wrong. You know, let's say we have a bad habit we want to change, or like, let's say we have a particular goal we want to go to, right? And we feel like we need to change something about ourselves to reach that or to let go of that habit, right? So sometimes that can be a good thing, right? But what I'm seeing here for you, pile number 2 specifically, is there's a certain change that you've been dying to go through. You're like, I want this thing to change in my life. I want to change this thing about myself. I want to be better in this area. Where, you're either being too hard on yourself. Well, you are being too hard on yourself, it seems like. But also, it's almost like the thing that you're seeking through this metamorphosis, through this change, is something you already have. So, it's almost change for the sake of change because there's a discontentment. You feel like, I'm unhappy with what I have, and so I must change it to be happy. But what they're saying is that there's a pathway to happiness, already working with what you've got, knowing that you already have value deep down in this thing that you feel like you lack. Okay, does that kind of make sense, pile number 2? And I say that because, yes, there's such a focus on change with the lotus, right? Twice you got. There's also, the pile leader you were drawn to was what is already with you. And what that card means is the thing that you're looking for, you already have deep down. You're already born with it, okay? 2, with the creative power, we have a woman that's pregnant, right? We think of birth, things that we already have from birth, right? Also, pregnancy really, it is a manifestation of creative power, right? You're creating something when you're pregnant. That's why this symbolism is used in this particular card, and it says, release your alchemical energy into the world. She looks like she even has, is that a paintbrush in her hands? It looks like a paintbrush, or at least she's kind of directing the gold spiral around herself. And then intuition too, it's like something you already know that you have deep down. There's something about this goal that you're attaining or seeking that, like, I feel like you already know deep down, pile number 2, is that the change that you're trying to go through isn't really the issue. It's more a deeper discontentment that the change is just a band-aid solution on top of that's not actually going to get you where you're going. Okay, the example, like, I'll just use an example because I know that's really vague. Okay, it might not necessarily apply to you, but as a general reading, it's going to be different, but we'll use an example just to make it a little bit more cohesive and understandable. So, for example, like, let's say you say, I want to feel more beautiful. Okay, let's say you have that goal. And so you think, okay, well, in order to be more beautiful, I think I need to lose weight, or I think I need to wear more makeup, or I think I need to change my clothing style, right? And so you change that thing. You're so focused on that one thing. You go through that metamorphosis of, okay, I dieted, I bought the makeup, I bought the clothes, I changed the thing, right? And then you get there and you realize, well, you know what? I don't really feel beautiful. What about my nose? I feel like my nose isn't good enough. So maybe then you look into plastic surgery and then you change that. And then you change your nose and you're like, well, you know what? I don't really like my lips either. So then you go and you get lip fillers, right? So this is just an example. It doesn't necessarily have to be beauty for you, pile number 2s, but say that beauty is the thing that you're trying to change, or you feel like you have to change, right? What I'm seeing is the way you're going about it is not going to satisfy the insecurity or the need deep inside, okay? To be honest, a lot of times, I know this is going to sound corny, I know this is going to sound cliche, You know, you're going to be like, well, everyone says that, you know, whatever. But what I'm telling you, pile number 2 is just, let's go with the beauty example for now, is oftentimes beauty is realizing what you already have is good enough. Okay, that's true confidence, right? You can go and get those lip fillers. You can go on that diet. You can go change those clothes, whatever, insert thing here. And I'm not shaming anyone for those things, right? You know, sometimes it's good to self-pamper a little bit, you know, buy a new shirt if it's been a while, or, you know, if you feel like you're getting to a weight that you're uncomfortable with, you know, yeah, go a little bit on a diet or something, you know, especially if, you know, you're concerned about your health. I'm not shaming those things, of course, but when we do it for a reason deep down that we're insecure about, that's not the panacea that we actually need, okay? What we need is to accept that what we were looking for, we had all along. Okay? Like, what is already with you, your pile leader you chose today. So that was just the beauty example. It could also be something like, let's say it's something related to your career. Throwing that out there. It could be that, you know, perhaps, let's say you have a creative related career and you've been stumbling into writer's block or creative block, right? And you're thinking, well, I need to change a million different things about the thing that I'm doing. Like, maybe I need to write or paint or insert whatever the creative thing is here. I need to write or paint or whatever in a different area. Like, maybe I need to change my location. Maybe I need to change the software I do it with. You know, maybe I need to change the chair I sit in when I do it, or things like that. It's just very surface level things that you're seeking, I feel like, that is not going to fix the deep problem deep down. And so what Spirit is telling you here is to shift your energy off of the surface level and look for metamorphosis inside, okay? So for example, if it's beauty, work on self-esteem, okay? If it is maybe creative blocks and whatnot, work on maybe a different project for a while, okay? Or work on, it could also be self-esteem with creative projects. Sometimes we're creatively blocked because we just don't feel confident enough, okay? I've had that myself as a creative person, right? We feel like we're not good enough, so we're like, well, what's the point in trying, right? It could be, like, let's say if it's career, maybe, you know, you feel like you're not good enough at work, and so you're thinking, well, I'm going to go take these business classes, or I'm going to do this thing, or I'm going to really nose to the grindstone on this project, right? When really all along you had the skills and the capability that you thought. I almost think maybe you have imposter syndrome at times, pile number 2 is. If you're not familiar with that, look it up. But basically, a lot of times people, when they're actually competent, they feel like they're not. So they get imposter syndrome because they feel like an imposter. I almost get that vibe off of you with these cards, okay? Yeah, and, you know, especially, too, is looking... I haven't even gotten to your tarot cards yet, but let me look at those for 1 second. Yeah, like... You know, the Three of Cups almost makes me feel, especially next to the Four of Swords reversed, it almost makes me feel that the reason you have these insecurities in the first place is because of a group that you're in. It could either be your friend group, or it could mean actually like social media in general, because that's also like a community of sorts, right? Insecurity is driven by a group that you're in, or a community that you're in, either in real life or online. And feeling like, well, I have to take action here with the Four of Swords reversed. I've been sleeping on this. I need to get up and go on these things that these people were saying. And then, yeah, the Four of Wands is happiness at home. Being hard at work, but it's unjust to yourself with justice reversed. Yeah, it's almost like you feel... in order to be happy in my home... which could literally mean your body, could be the beauty thing, right? Could mean literally, you know, how you dress up your home. Maybe it's even been like an interior decorating thing you've been on, right? Yeah, it could be like career, whatever it is that is like normalcy to you, right? You're like, I need to work hard on it with the Eight of Pentacles, but there's something unjust here with justice reversed. And I think the injustice is, like I was saying, you don't really need to change the thing that you've been changing. There's something deeper down inside that's hiding what really needs to be changed, okay? That's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2s. And, yeah. I think you know what it actually is, though, with intuition here. I think you actually know. It's just that maybe the surface level changes are a bit easier. Or you believe that that's the right... At least on the surface level, you believe that that's the right path to take, but deep down inside, you know that it's not. Okay? And then, yeah, a lot of peer pressure here with Three of Cups. I mean, that's like a group celebrating. So it could be social media has been kind of pressuring you, especially in terms of comparison to others. Could be, well, with beauty, that's very common in social media. You know, we see everybody with filtered, completely plastic surgeon faces, and we all feel inadequate and compared, right? We think, oh, okay, well, but then we don't realize when we're looking at, you know, say a picture of someone that's very beautiful on the internet, on social media, we don't realize, okay, oh, excuse me for the siren, in the background, we look at that picture and we don't realize, okay, well, how much filtering software-wise has gone over that picture, okay? How much has that been photoshopped? How much money has that person put into their face, right? Is that actually their original face, or did they have to pay money to get to that point, right? We don't think about these things when we consume content, but really, I mean, yeah. So you get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, peer pressure there with the Three of Cups pile, number 2. All right, I also want to ask a separate question. I've done that for all the piles today based on the reading that came out for you. So I'm going to take just a second of silence here to try to figure out what cards I want to pull, or excuse me, what question I want to pull cards for. So one moment as I take a drink and think about it. I'm going to ask what you should do to get onto the path of changing the actual issue deep down. Okay. Spirit, for my lovely pile number 2, could you give me 3 cards explaining more about what they should do to change the actual issue deep down? Do you have advice in that area? 3 cards, please. Thank you. Okay, we have... Okay, so 8 of Cups came out first. Emotionally distancing ourselves. Yeah, okay. 2 more cards, please. Thank you. Either flip out or stand out. Let's see. Yeah, definitely that one. Yeah, okay. King of Wands. Confidence. That's literally the confidence card. Self-esteem, like I was saying, pile number 2 is, okay. Sorry. I was feeling that one there, okay. And then we have the Ten of Swords reversed, okay. Overcoming a time of betrayal, overcoming what we thought was a painful end, okay. So one moment as I look at your cards. Okay, so piece of advice number 1, pile number 2 is emotionally distance yourself from the things that affect your confidence and make you feel defeated. So say if this is a beauty-related thing, and you know that you feel more insecure when you're on social media surrounded by Photoshop pictures, emotionally distance yourself from social media. Okay, that's just an example. It may not be your specific, what applies to you. Pile number 2 is general reading. Everyone's going to be just a titch different, right? But yeah, emotionally distancing yourself, being more confident, okay? Emotionally distancing yourself from the things that make you feel betrayed. Things that betray your confidence. Let's see. And then the King of Wands is, yeah, external mastery of fire. Yeah, or 2 affirmations are great. King of Wands especially is about being external with confidence, right? As corny as it sounds, I know therapists will often recommend this. Even saying to yourself in the mirror every day, I am beautiful, if beauty is the thing that maybe is what's been bothering you, right? I know it sounds corny, but I think, don't quote me on this, but I've heard therapists say this before, where if you say things oftentimes out loud, it oftentimes can train your brain into believing them, okay? So that's a good example of something to do in this situation. Whatever it is that you're insecure about deep inside, pile number 2s, gain confidence by affirmations, saying it out loud. Even if you feel corny about it, just do it, okay? Yes, and then emotionally distancing yourself from the things that make you feel a lack of confidence, the things that betray your confidence too, or even when it comes to advertising, like, like for example, like recently there's been a big surge in whole body deodorants, right? I'm sure you've seen a million commercials about it recently, at least I have on YouTube, right? And it's like, as a society, or at least here in the West, we buy deodorant already for, our armpits, right? And now all of a sudden there's a bunch of products for whole body deodorant. Like, our bodies just can't exist as they are, smelling nice from regular bathing. Now we have to smell like a flower field everywhere. Like, so even sometimes advertising can make us feel insecure. We can view something like that, like whole body deodorant, just for example, and think, oh God, what if I smell if I don't use this? Should I smell that nice all the time? Everywhere, I won't, explain, but, the commercials say it themselves, right? So even advertising, just as an example with the whole body deodorant, like, can make us feel lack of confidence in, hygiene, is for one example, or, even viewing like an ad for shampoo for our hair, we feel like, oh, is my hair not voluminous and shiny enough? Or specifically, well, it happens to men too, so I'm not discounting men and the effect this has on men, but a lot of times, especially in female oriented advertising, right? Think about the way that they advertise to you, okay? Literally, they're telling you, you should feel insecure about this, so you should buy this to fix that insecurity. They're basically creating a problem to fulfill a need that you want to purchase something for. That literally is what advertising is sometimes, is convincing you that you have a problem that you can pay them money to fix. But that's the thing, is over time that wears on our psyche, those little teeny things, be it social media, be it advertising. And so we think, well, I have to be that thing, otherwise, oh, I smell if I don't put deodorant everywhere on my body or whatever, insert thing here, right? Can be, also too, it can be related to career. It doesn't just have to be beauty. Things that can knock your confidence, like maybe there's a jerk at work that keeps saying things like, like they're really picky, and then their pickiness makes you think that you're not good enough, whereas the issue is actually they're just picky, right? So pay close attention to when your confidence drops. Even journal about it. Like, let's say just throughout your day, you think very decisively, very focusedly on, is focusedly even a word? I don't know. Anyways, being silly, but diligently think about when you feel a drop in confidence and really try to pinpoint pile number twos. Why did my confidence drop right at that moment? Did I just view social media? Okay. Did I just view an ad? Did someone say something to me and it got to me? Is it, is even, okay, well, not to be weird, but, hormonal, is it related to a hormonal cycle? Is it related to, a deep down insecurity I've had my whole life that I'm still working through, or do certain types of people saying this thing to me make me feel worse? Pinpoint whatever it is, pile number twos, and try to, after you figure out what it is, emotionally distance yourself from it, okay? And that will help you build up your confidence and make you realize, hey, that's the change I need deep down, not the surface level band-aids. Here's the big change. Okay? And even just doing that will make you feel more confident because you're getting away from the things that knock your confidence, right? And then same thing with the Ten of Swords reversed, is overcoming a time of betrayal, overcoming a painful end, okay? Overcoming things that hurt us. So identify your hurts, identify what are the swords in your back in your life, right? And emotionally distance yourself from them. So, yes, just remember pile number two, what is already with you. You already have the thing that you're looking for deep down. You're just seeking it outside of yourself, not realizing that you had what you needed all along, okay? Oftentimes, I like to use metaphors with, like, storytelling in my readings, too. In storytelling, oftentimes the hero, the thing that they're seeking, they already had. That's the realization they have over the course of a character arc, okay, if you're familiar with storytelling terms. But, and everybody intuitively is, because all of us have consumed a story before, be it Little Red Riding Hood versus, I don't know, what's a big, thick book, something with Charles Dickens, or a movie, or that type of thing, right? The hero often realizes they had what they needed all along. It just took the external journey to realize the internal journey to that point, okay? And that's kind of what I'm seeing with you, pile twos. You're the hero that hasn't realized that you have what you needed all along inside yet. So, I'll leave you with that today, pile number 2. So as always, I hope that reading was helpful for you. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, pile 2s. Hello there, my lovely pile number 3s. Welcome to your pick a card reading today on the topic of a message meant for you. As you recall, the card used to pick your pile was number 22. She feels, she knows. We have a figure with a peacock feather in the foreground. Beautiful card. We'll set that off to the left next to the pine cone as always. I already drew your oracle cards. We'll talk about those in a second. And then I would like to draw the tarot cards on the screen as I always do. So Spirit, for my lovely pile number 3s, could you give me 5 tarot cards explaining more about the message they're meant to hear today? To their highest, best, good. Okay, there's 1. So the 4 of Wands. Okay, number 2. You received, let's see, the 10 of Cups. Beautiful. Gorgeous card to get. And then let's pick your last 3. Okay, that one right there. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Okay. So, spoiler alert, you already saw 2 of them. We'll talk about those later. Let's first reveal your oracle cards, okay? So, from the Botanical Inspirations deck, you received the Snapdragon for your flowers, graciousness and benevolence. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Aesop. Graciousness and benevolence. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. I love snapdragons. They're so cute. All right. From the Woodland Wardens Oracle, you received the Otter and Cattail. Peace. Okay. Intuitively, there's a little bit something coming out here already. The Otter and the Cattail. Peace. From the Nature's Whispers Oracle, you received Culmination of Vision, number 35. Everything coming together. Yep, okay. It's quite the hammer reading you're getting, I always call it. My longtime viewers will laugh when I say that. Hammer reading. Your Lantern Oracle today is number 42, Home. May your body be where a harmonious balance of love, strength, light, and pleasure lives. Sitting in a hot spring. That sounds really good right now. Yep, okay. And then let's reveal your tarot cards before I discuss the message. So first up, we have the 5 of Pentacles or Wheels. Okay, it can mean a lack of something, a poverty at some point. Having to huddle around fire, right? Beautiful. Number 2, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, karma. What goes up must come down. Luck turning in our favor, especially with it being upright, is about in our favor. Oh, okay, yep. All right, sorry, 1 second. Number 3, we have the 6 of Pentacles reversed, feeling like there's a lack of equal distribution or fairness. Okay, lack of charity in some area. Then, of course, we have the ones we already revealed. 10 of Cups, upright, beautiful, emotional satisfaction, fulfillment, happily ever after. Sorry, I was looking at the cat. I always get distracted by cats. I'm a cat person, so. And then we have the 4 of Wands, happiness at home, celebration. Gorgeous reading. I'm going to tell you right off the bat here, pile number 3s, this is a fantastic reading. This is a very positive reading, so I'm very glad to tell you that I have good news. So I'm going to look over the cards a little bit, just take a second of silence here, take a drink to put together the message, but I'm pretty sure I already know what it is, but some silence is always good for me just to put it together. So just a moment. Well, I'll tell you this off the bat, pile number 3s. You've been going through a really long time of struggle. I especially get that from the 5 of Pentacles being in the starting position here. The 5 of Pentacles is about poverty or a lack of something, right? It's people huddling over, literally burning wheels to keep warm. You've been going through a really hard time. And what I'm here to tell you, though, is that hard time is coming to an end, okay? And I know that sounds overly positive. I know it sounds like I'm just, blowing smoke, like, oh, here's a really positive tarot reading, but my longtime viewers will tell you I'm always completely honest with whether I see negative or positive things. So you can trust me when I say I'm seeing really good things coming to you, pile number 3. So, okay, you've been through a hard time. You've been beat up by life, right? That is coming to an end. Okay, this is a very positive reading, probably the best one today out of all the piles that were in this particular video, right? I say that because, when I first pulled your pile leader, she feels, she knows, okay? What the sense I got from it was almost the calm before a storm, and the storm meaning a good thing, okay? You're right now, I think, in a time of, I almost get the word silence intuitively. You're in a time of things kind of seeming still. It's almost like in the winter before things have thawed, and metaphorically speaking, before things have thawed and you feel like, well, where's the action? Where's the movement here? Where's the transition from the poverty into all these really good cards, right? Where's the happiness here? I've been waiting. I've been having struggles. I've been wanting peace. Hotter in the cattail piece. It's coming, pile number 3. So, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just right now you're currently in that little last bout of silence before the storm of luck hits you. You, start out with the pile of wheels here in the 5 of Pentacles, right? Poverty, but luck is turning in your favor with the Wheel of Fortune, okay? Upright, this is a very, very positive card to get. You also got 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. You also got the 4 of Wands, happiness at home, things to celebrate for. There's a little bit thing here with the 6 of Pentacles reverse, like when I said when I pulled it out, that's the card of something feeling like it's been unfair. Something feeling like there's not been an equal distribution. I don't know if maybe you've been stiffed on being paid, and that's part of where your struggles have come from. Maybe you feel like the universe just isn't equally distributing things to you as the core card here. But that's changing, okay? That fairness is going to change around into things will be fair to you, okay? Good luck with the Wheel of Fortune. Emotional fulfillment, happily ever after with the 10 of Cups, and the 4 of Wands is something to celebrate, okay? Especially if you've been having issues in terms of career, because you did get a lot of the Pentacles today. That's often the material suit, earth, the things around us, material goods, right? Or issues with the home. I don't know if you've been struggling paying rent. I don't know if you've been struggling even maybe finding a place to rent, or something happened to your home, okay? Especially with the 4 of Wands here, but I feel like that's the thing that's like changing in your favor. You also got the home card, literally from the Lantern Oracle, This talks about the body, but sometimes, Oracle cards can come out meaning other things. It's almost kind of a tongue-in-cheek tarot too, cartomancy in general. So it's like it says, may your body be where a harmonious balance of love, strength, light, and pleasure lives, okay? She's pretty damn happy. I mean, look at her face, right? She's having a grand old time in that hot spring, which, I mean, I wish I was in one right now, too. It'd be fun to do tarot readings in a hot spring, except you'd get the cards wet. But anyways, home. Pleased, pleasure at home, right? Yes, very, very positive tidings in terms of if you've been feeling like a lack of luck recently in terms of like your home, in terms of your career, in terms of money, that's what's changing for you, pile number 3s. You're going to move away from that poverty here and move towards better pastures. Luck will turn in your favor. The unfairness, will be righted. Emotional fulfillment, happily ever after, happiness at home, something to celebrate for is another or interpretation of the 4 of Wands, okay? 2, culmination of vision here. That talks about something coming together that you've been working on for a while. So, it could be that part of the struggle is not just been like poverty or dark times, pile number 3 is part of the struggle could have also been something related to like, you've been really seeking a certain goal and your hopes and your dreams have been riding on it, right? You really just have been looking for it and you're like, I need this to work out because that will fix the issues I've been having. That culmination of vision here tells me that that's all of it finally coming together into something that makes sense and matches the thing that you've been wanting it to become, blooming and blossoming after the time of, when is it going to bloom, like checking your watch, like, come on, seed, grow, and now finally, poof, It's blooming, right? 2, with graciousness and benevolence here with your snapdragon, okay? Benevolence means having good intentions, right? Graciousness is being, thankful, right? No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. It seems like, even through this time of poverty or this time of lack, you have maintained yourself as a good person. You've maintained your optimism, no matter how hard it's been, right? And you're just looking for that lucky break. And yes, that piece is coming. Pile number 3 is okay. Same thing with she feels, she knows. Like I said, that I felt like it's like a calm before the storm. So there might be a little bit of a struggle here in the very near future where you're kind of just, like with the watch example I was using, you're kind of just waiting for that thing to blossom. And then I feel like all of a sudden it's just going to go poof, and then your luck will change. So it's not even a gradual change for you, pile number 3s. I feel like it's something that's going to happen very suddenly, okay? Very suddenly, and it's just going to all come together. It's like you've been weaving these different threads, trying to create this whole tapestry, and one day you just pull one thread and it all just poof comes together in a cohesive picture of the thing that you've been seeking, okay? Using metaphorical imagery, of course, but yes. So, yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward reading today, pile number 3s. Fantastic reading. I love always giving positive readings. Of course, negative things come out. I do mention them because I want to be an honest tarot reader, but same thing on the other side is when I do give a positive reading. I'm so glad because, I love telling people things are going to get better. I want you to walk away from the reading being happy. But not at the sacrifice of honesty, but right now I'm telling you, good stuff. So, let's see if there's any other messages here before I do the second part of the reading. Actually, I might do 2 questions for you today versus the other piles only had 1 because you do have a lot of, spare time because, your reading is pretty straightforward. Things are going to be great, right? Fantastic reading to get. So I might just do 2 for you. Let me shuffle the cards here quick. Off camera on my space back here. Okay. Let's see. What's the first question I want to ask? I want to ask more about what's the issue been? Like, we talked about poverty, but, what's the issue? What's going on? And I want to know more as the tarot reader. So, Spirit, for my lovely pile number 3s, could you give me 3 cards explaining more about what the issue has been? What are they moving away from? Just to give you more clarity, pile number 3s. Maybe even more confidence in that things will turn around. So, let's see here. Okay, well, that one for sure. Two, and then third one back. Okay, oopsie, there I go, flinging things. Whoopsie-daisy. Okay, number 1. Okay, so the question was, what's been going wrong? Okay. Okay, so 6 of Swords reversed is feeling like we're stuck in place. We can't move on somewhere. Yep, that'll make us frustrated, right? Number 2, the 10 of Swords is, ouch, betrayal. Owie. Yeah, you've not been having a good time, pile number 3s. No. Yeah. And then last but not least, we have the Sun reversed. Can mean depression, sadness. Yeah, you've been having a bad time. I'm sorry, pile number 3s. Yeah. So 6 of Swords reversed is I'm stuck. 10 of Swords is I'm betrayed. Sun reversed is I'm sad. So, literally, yeah, you've been having not a great time. But thankfully, this is the past energy, right? I asked as the tarot reader, I wanted to get more insight into what are you moving away from. So pile number 3 is, once again, fantastic forecast here. The things in your life that have been making you feel stuck, betrayed, or in pain, that's another interpretation of the 10 of Swords, and sad, that's what you're moving away from. There's a really big stroke of luck coming your way. Like, holy crap. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, this might be the most positive reading I've had on this channel before. Out of the, I don't know, I've done like 50 videos so far, I think, at this point. Holy crap. But yeah, fantastic pile number 3s, right? Yep. That's what you're moving away from. Sadness, pain, being stuck. Okay, so in areas of your life where you've been feeling stuck, maybe people have stabbed you in the back, or you pretty much feeling like you're at the end of your tether with something, right? Where you've been sad. Okay. Also, the Sun reverse can also mean confusion. So maybe if you've been lacking clarity, okay, lacking light in some areas. That's what you're moving away from. It's like things are finally going to come together into that tapestry, that culmination of vision, like your Nature's Whisper says here earlier. Yeah, and then, let's see, what's the second question I want to ask for you? Where is it headed? Let's ask that. I'm going to put those back in the deck here and do a shuffle again. I'm going to, like I said, I'm asking you, you're getting 2 questions spare today, pile number 3, because yours is so straightforward. All right, Spirit, for my lovely pile number 3s, where is this going? Where is this going in their life? This, what are they moving to that's so much better? Pile, 3 cards, please, for pile 3s. For their highest, best, good. Where are they going that's so much better? Like, what is this all about? I want to know. Okay, well, we already had 1 flip. We have the 4 of Pentacles. Withholding our resources. Maybe actually being able to save money. Especially if it's been, like, property-related issues. Fantastic. I wonder if you're getting a better job, pile number 3s. And then we have, let's see, the Magician, manifestation, as above, so below. Having all the resources we need to do the things that we want to do. Beautiful. Okay. Holy crap, pile 3s. This is, like, the best reading I've ever given. Okay. All right, and then this third card here, we have the 9 of Swords. Okay, so 9 of Swords is a little bit of a negative card. That can mean anxiety. Okay, it almost feels like you're not going to believe it at first. There might be a little bit of an anxiety of, like, I've had a lack for so long that you're like, well, what the crap? Like, is the universe just, like, fooling me? Like, is this all going to be pulled away? But what I'm seeing here, pile number 3, is where this is going for you is having the materials you need to do what you want to do. The Magician, right? Okay. Manifestation, that's literally what it means, right? And then the 4 of Pentacles is about withholding money. So that almost tells me it's about being able to save up money for the things that you want to do, okay? Also, the 9 of Swords can mean that it's reducing anxiety here. Like, I almost feel like you're not even going to believe it when it happens because it's just like, poof. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you suddenly get money in some way that helps you catch up to start saving, or it's like, yeah, it's like you get a better job or a promotion all of a sudden. I want to ask how this physically manifests. Okay, you're actually getting 3 questions today, pile number 3s, because I'm curious. I want to know. I want to know. What is this? What the heck? I mean, yeah. Having the materials you need and reducing your anxiety, or maybe you'd be anxious at first because you're like, well, when's the rug pull coming? Like, Spirit, can you tell me, how does this physically manifest for them? Like, I know it's a general reading, so it's going to be a bit different, but 3 cards, please. How does this physically manifest for them? Like, what is this getting them? I want to know. Just watch the star, or, like, the sun will come out upright. Okay. We have, okay, so the Hermit reversed. The Hermit reversed is about coming out of our shell, coming into the limelight. Could be getting attention for something, okay. Out of a time of more quietness, more solitude, into more of the light, right? And then we have the Devil reversed. Beautiful. Breaking our chains. Breaking away from the things that withhold us or bind us, okay. And the World. Dear Christ, pile number 3. I know I'm, like, raving mad here. I'm, like, frothing at the mouth, but holy crap, I have never had a reading this positive before. I mean, ask my other viewers, like, I promise. I'm not just blowing smoke here. Holy crap. Also, you got a majority major arcana. And I always say in my readings, when you get the majority major arcana in a reading, that tells me this is related to a major life lesson or a major life change. Okay. So physically how this will manifest, pile number 3, is this really, really good turn of luck, right? From you know, meh to holy crap. Coming more into the limelight with the Hermit reversed, breaking the things that bind you or hold you back with the Devil reversed. Could even be like if you've been having, sometimes the Devil can mean addictions, right? If you've been having issues with breaking a habit or breaking an addiction, that tells me there'd be success in that area, okay? And then the World upright is about the culmination of, I mean, literally you got culmination of vision before, but the world is about something coming to a close. Okay, one chapter closes, so another one opens. I don't know what it is, pile number 3s, but it's so changing that it's like a new chapter in your life completely based on, like, compared to what it was before. There's just that little period of silence, that little period of a calm before the storm, before all of a sudden it's like your whole world just changes. It's really weird. Good weird, though. Positive weird. Yeah, I mean, this is probably, like I said, the most positive reading I've ever done. Ever. So, yeah. So whatever has been plaguing you recently, pile number 3s, whatever has been making you sad, whatever has been making you confused, whatever has been making you feel at the end of your tether, especially, I think it might be an element of poverty here, that's changing here in the near future. This is the thing that you're meant to hear today, is that, yeah, it's the most positive reading, like I said, just for perspective, the most positive reading I've ever given on this channel, if ever. So, yeah, good things are coming, pile number 3s. Hey, great reading to get, right? So much so that it's A, you might not believe it at first, and B, it's like a completely radical shift in your life, okay? It's like something that just brings the sparkle back to your eye. Does that kind of make sense, pile 3s? Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Something that brings you peace. Wow, okay. Holy crap. Let's see, before I sign off with you, I want to just make sure there isn't any other messages here, or there aren't, excuse me, plural, aren't any other messages here that I've missed. Holy crap, ponies. Well, if you win the lottery, let me know. Be like, hey, Lone Pine, I'm going to send you some, no, I'm just kidding, don't give me your money, but, yeah, I'm not saying that you're going to win the lottery, but I'm just joking around, but holy crap, yeah. Yeah. Well, congrats, pile number 3s. Wow, okay. Good things are coming. So, look, be on the lookout for things to change, okay? Very positive. Yeah. All right, well, I'll leave you with that, pile number 3s. Congratulations on your fantastic new change in life. You struggled enough for it, you deserve it, so I can see that with the past cards that came out, like, you had, like, I don't know, was it Sun Reversed, Ten of Swords, crappy cards, right? So you're coming from kind of a crappy place, and now you're going to a much better place, okay? And that's, as a tarot reader, it's very relieving for me to be able to give you that type of message. Makes my day as much as it makes yours. So, yeah. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. I hope to see you in the next reading. And, yeah, I hope that reading was helpful. So, see ya. Bye, pile 3s.